the 2K Sports pregame show.
The NBA season is in high gear, and we are so glad to have you here with us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. My companions are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Indiana Pacers. We've seen some solid play from this Indiana team recently. They've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. And facing off tonight, two offenses that practically live behind the arc. Kenny, talk about the value of being able to hit the three consistently in today's game.
Well, before, back in the day, so to speak, it was just a tool you use. But now it's a very important tool to have in your toolbox, because now teams can't gear in on you. It spreads the floor. It makes defenders chase you all around. And there's not a lot of big guys, no more Shaquille O'Neals in the NBA. So you could play small ball.
I don't picture you as a guy who even has a toolbox.
You know what, Ernie?
I bet you can't fix anything around the house. I bet you're just like me.
My handyman,
yeah.
555-1212, he has the toolbox.
You know what, Ernie? At my size, I wanted scorers to come through me. It was two guys I hated playing against, David Robinson and, of course, Kenny's teammate Akeem Olajuwon, because they could spread the floor. They would make me have to go out and defend them. But, in this game, all the big guys, they have to move like guards in order to keep up.
You got a toolbox?
Of course I do.
What's in it?
It's called Shaq and Decker.
Sorry I asked. Let's get down to Kevin Harlan with the call.
Another endorsement.
Nonstop.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Indiana Pacers today. And a one-game homestand for Atlanta as the Hawks will try to recharge their batteries on their home court. And, of course, Aaron Gordon. Even without him over the short term, they've really come together and are playing some pretty good basketball.
Well, to say the deal changes the look and feel of this franchise is stating the obvious. I mean, they are a vastly different team than they were a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than the short term.
Exactly. I mean, trading away a player with this talent is clearly a big picture deal. I mean, you have to balance fit and talent as well as upside, and then to throw in the financial consideration. So this is more than just about the play.
All right, let's hit the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Indiana, we've got McCullough, good out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Whiteside, and it's George in at the small forward position. And so here is Indiana. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Whiteside a screen, 6 on the shot clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. George, no good. And it's the Hawks ball. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, foul trouble early on, I thought, set the tone in that game, and it just made it difficult for them to get over the hump.
Yeah, it really got them out of sync, and that hurt them big time. Forced them to go much deeper into their bench than they would have liked to.
And a great job of taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
That's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those two things are hand in glove when they work together.
Screen by Howard. Hardaway kicks to Millsap. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. Let's send it over to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Mike Budenholzer. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, and he said their preparation for this game was all about defense. Going up against one of the premier offensive teams in the NBA, he said, listen, it's a challenge that we need to embrace. Nobody can do it by themselves. It's got to be a collective effort. Guys, we'll see if they can put the brakes on this high-scoring team. It's never easy.
Okay, Doris, appreciate the report and coach's plan here tonight. A good one, guys.
And I agree with him. I think he's determined not to let the opposing offense dictate tempo. And I think that is a good game plan.
That's the only plan, really, Greg. And Kevin, I mean, they cannot allow that offense to run wild. This game has to be played on their terms.
Hardaway, no good.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now is still trying to find its way.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
For Atlanta, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Lillard outside. Over to the left wing. Here's Hood. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Hood's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
Hardaway with it. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Now, here's Schroeder. The three. And it's Whiteside with the rebound.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
Hood, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, and I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Now here's Hardaway. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Humphries with the bucket.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated, in stride.
Here's Lillard. 4-point game. Whiteside sets the pick for Lillard. And stolen by Howard. They're running. A finish. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
Lillard outside. Whiteside sets the pick for Lillard. The shot no good. So Atlanta will take it the other way. The Pacers beat them last time when these two teams met in Indiana.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, sloppy play sabotaging. I mean, they'll have to be much more focused this time around.
The Hawks shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
Guys, we haven't seen the type of numbers out of them at the line that we'd come to expect, especially after last season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Ken Bazemore comes in for Chris Humphries. And it's Williams in for Dennis Schroeder. Here's Hood. Turned in an outstanding game against Brooklyn. Whiteside, a screen on Hardaway. Hood kicks to Whiteside. Out to the right wing. 6 on the shot clock. And Lillard gets double teamed. Outside, George. Combo dishes to George. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And now a look at the teams that have shot the ball the best over the course of the last month. Number 1, the Pacers.
And really, the basketball IQ has just evolved. Just the way they move the ball and share it. They always find good looks.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. He's checked in for Hardaway. Indiana also making some changes. Silks checked in for Bismack Biyombo. And it's Patterson in for Hood. Outside Korver. Pass to Bazemore. McGee is screen. Korver against Patterson. Korver attacking. That gives them the lead.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Pacers trail by 3. Patterson. Pass to George. Patterson, the screen, feeds it to Lillard. That ball's nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
13 feet away. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That is his first foul of the game.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous.
Millsap passes to Porter. Poked away. Right side George. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's Williams. The Pacers making the shot. The pass to Millsap. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag.
And Patterson kicks to Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard. For Atlanta, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Williams with a clean look. That's in. He found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Takes the 13-footer. Misses off the left iron.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Good on the three-point shot. And it's a 4-point Hawks lead.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Here is Lillard. He's coming off a 28-point game against Brooklyn.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man.
And that one's good. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. There's the feed to McGee. There's the pick. He dishes it to Bazemore. Patterson against Korver. 6 to shoot. Kicks it to Williams. Shoots from the line. Here's Millsap. And it's Korver in the corner. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Korver's got 5. Pacers trail by 4. Lillard outside. Out to the right wing. George dishes to Lillard. Back to George. Here's Patterson. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And so the